In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can run your own Facebook ad and attract quality leads for less than $15 a day. This is an easy step-by-step guide that you can follow with practical tactics that no one is talking about. Stick around to the end where I will also share how you can differentiate yourself from the thousands of other realtors to attract quality ready-to-buy buyers and sellers immediately. Before I jump into this video, I want to mention two very important points. If you find this video helpful, join our Facebook community where I share helpful tips and tricks on how you can use video to attract quality leads and brand yourself as an authority figure. It will absolutely blow your mind when you see the ninja tactics we're using to attract quality leads with video that no one is talking about. So without further delays, let's jump into it. All right, so as you can see, I'm in my Facebook account. I'm gonna jump into how to launch your ads in just a moment. But before I do that, I wanna mention a couple of very important points. First is knowing where to access your leads. Speed to lead is very important with online leads, and knowing where to download them is going to help you reach out to them as soon as possible. So we're going to cover that, and we're also going to cover what is the most highest converting type of ad. In all honesty, in my years of experience of running Facebook ads, videos has been the highest converting ad I have ever seen. Now, if you want to access a separate tutorial on how to run video ads and generate high converting leads, comment videos below and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you're notified every time a new video is launched. But more importantly, knowing exactly when I launch this video tutorial on running Facebook ads. The other very important point that I'm going to mention before launching our ads is getting the list of properties, right? We're going to be advertising a list of properties to our audience. Now that list is going to be below the average price point in your neighborhood. So for example, the average price point is 800,000 in your area. We're going to go with the homes and above 700,000, and we're going to go as high as 900K. So we're showing people properties that are not completely trash. So we're not going below 700,000. We're also not showing people properties they cannot afford. Now, how do we access these properties? I'm going to show you that in just a second. But before I do that, I want to show you the type of properties that we're going to be advertising. So here's a typical list or property that we can advertise. Note, this is not AI generated. This is not an animation. It is a real property in my neighborhood that can be sold. And that is because I want people that relate to the type of property that they can buy. They should feel like, yes, this is a property that's available and I can get access to. And that's why I've selected. Find a property that's in your neighborhood that's very attractive and use that as the image for your ad. Now, as we try to populate this list, we probably have an IDX website already as your generic website. Now, if you have access to KB Core, you likely have a landing page that you can build out from there. I would use that to populate the list of properties. This is what my IDX website looks like. I'm going to go ahead and search Toronto here and let the search populate. As you can see, there's over 10,000 results here, and we cannot have such a large list. So we're going to go ahead and filter it to, first of all, most popularity. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a few more filters like single family homes. I'm going to go with a minimum price point of 700,000 and a max of 900,000 right here. And I'm going to go with just listed and apply this filter. Let's see how many properties I see now. Perfect, 19. That's a very good small amount of properties to show people that we actually took the time to filter this. Now that we have this list of properties, we're going to go into our Facebook ad. Now, in order to access your ad manager, you're going to see the link at the left-hand side section here.
because I use it frequently, I can see it right away. But if you don't see Ad Manager here, you may have to click See More and click on Ad Manager. Once I click on it, you're going to see my Ad Manager account pop up. I'm going to select the one that I'm going to use for this test purpose. And there you go. Now we're going to click Create. But before I do that, I want to distinguish the 3 different types of ad sets or ad levels that you're going to see in your Ad Manager. There's a campaign, which determines the type of ad you're going to run. Also determines your budget. The ad set is the group of people you will be targeting, and the ad is the ad creator. It could be an image, it could be a video, it could be a series of images. That is what your ad is. Now, when I click Create, I'm going to see the different types of ads you can run. There's awareness, traffic, but you probably guessed the type of ad we're going to be running in this case. It is a lead ad because we want leads. We're going to continue. And here, Facebook will prompt you to use their recommended features like this tailored lead campaign. I personally prefer manual leads because I want as much humanly control possible to run my ads profitably as I can. And that's why I prefer the manual lead campaign. As I move forward, I'm going to go ahead and name this custom list of homes starting at 700,000. And I just put 1 here because I already have another ad that looks exactly like this. But in your case, you wouldn't need to add it. Categories. This is where you're going to have to select housing category. For those of you that don't know, Facebook has launched this new feature for housing categories for people that are running home ads. And this is because they won't be allowing you to filter the type of demographics, income, age, the gender of the type of audience you want to target for this ad. Previously, we were having to manually select the behavior, the demographics, the age of each audience we want to target. While some people thought, oh, well, you know what, now I'm not able to target anyone. I have to be very general with my ads. That isn't true because Facebook has drastically improved its algorithm and now allows you to just launch an ad with a click of the button and does the filtering for you on the back end. This has made advertisers on Facebook's life very easy. And that's exactly what I want to ensure you understand. As we move forward, we can leave this part empty because this isn't quite relevant to our case. As we move on to the ad set level, I'm going to pick the name of the ad as the same as what it was above this in the ad, in the campaign level. And then conversion, we're going to go with instant forms. Some people choose website if they want to drive traffic to a certain website. In our case, we want leads that are interested in the list of homes instantly. And this is where you're going to get the most amount of leads by selecting instant forms. Make sure your Facebook page is connected. If you have not accepted the terms that Facebook has, view them and accept them. And this is where you will decide how quickly you want results. What I mean by that is most people try to start with an ad budget of $5, $10, and that really slows down the progress of the ad. I say that because in the beginning, we want to keep a high enough budget to get our data as soon as possible. We want data on whether our ad is performing or not, and where it's being targeted and how many times it's being clicked. And the only way to get that fast is by having a higher budget in the beginning. I would suggest having a $20 to $30 budget in the start for the first couple of days to quickly identify a winning ad. If you're the type of person that may forget to stop the ad, put in a stop date there as well. as we move on, we cannot quite change anything with the demographics of the ad. However, we could put a location in. And so in this case, as you know, I'm in the Toronto area. So I'm going to select Toronto and go with a radius of up to 30 miles. I say that because we want to be able to target, at least for me, I like to be able to go out in the suburbs and help anybody in that area as well. So I've gone ahead and picked a larger radius. Nothing much else to worry about here other than the placements. I usually go with just whatever the Facebook algorithm suggests. In this case, we have all of it's going to be launching our ads on Instagram, as Reels, as Stories, on the news feed. And this is exactly what we want. Now, as I go into the ad level, I'm going to go ahead and pick custom list and M's here as well. Spillage. Okay. Then make sure your Instagram account is connected here as well, so you reach the Instagram followers. And as we go on, we're gonna hit select image or video, and I'm gonna take this image out because I only had a new image. You would select that image, and we already know which image we want. I'm gonna just show you some of the different images that are possible to use. These are some of the luxury listings that I've listed in the past and sold. You can select anything that is very attractive in your marketplace. I'm going to go ahead and select, let's just say, this one here, for example. It looks promising. Now, no, sometimes you might have to adjust it a little bit if it's not centered. That is very important because that's how your ad is going to be displayed in everyone's newsfeed. Now I'm going to go ahead and select next. It will go ahead and crop and optimize my image as per the settings I've selected. Let it go next. And here is where you'd be adding your text. Now I have another video that I will be launching on how to leverage ChatGPT to come up with your text. If you're interested in that, comment ChatGPT below and subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I launch that video. I will also make sure I add you to our mail list. So every time I launch that, well, when I do launch the ChatGPT video, I'll be sure to send it to you directly as well. Now, for the sake of this text, I've already pre-populated the text that I want used here. A couple of things to know on why I've come up with this ad copy. In the past, when I've just ran a generic ad, I've found that people that are looking in a year or in 2 years also opt in for this ad, thinking that, hey, what's the harm? I'm curious. I want to know what the market's like. That's why I've put in buying in 3 to 6 months. So this is only for people that are looking immediate. I've also mentioned the location so people know exactly where this property is made. I've mentioned the price point here and the type of homes that they're going to see. These types of homes have seemed to be the most liked and searched in my neighborhood. And that's why I've selected updated and spacious homes. I've also gone with a price point that is low enough to pique their interest, but not too low where they're seeing trash. And I've also selected, again, the range that I showed you earlier. So they're seeing properties that can be even worth 2 million, because I've said here that it's starting at 750. I haven't said that they're under 2 million or under 750 for that matter. I've also mentioned bonus properties with large lots and long driveway because I've noticed many people want larger driveways and larger lots. They want privacy, especially after build. I'm also going to mention here as a disclaimer that this list is updated daily with prices, pictures, and location, fast period, and Realtor. Then we'll go ahead. The headline, which will be most popular homes TA. The description can just be like, well, depending infinity. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and select learn more as how they can access these properties. Now, this is where you're gonna be creating the form. And note here, there's gonna be a bunch of questions we're gonna need to ask them. But before I do that, there's two options here, more intent, with more volume or higher intent. More volume is just gonna add all types of leads, even with leads that potentially have wrong numbers, aren't in your area. Higher intent are gonna be people that are near marketplace, and they also get the option to change their phone number or information in case they entered something incorrectly. That improves the quality of the lead. In my opinion, because we're running real estate ads as instant formats, higher intent is the way to go. Intro, I'm gonna select an image here. I'm gonna go with the image that we had previously selected. Delete what I could here. And then pretty straightforward. Where would you like us to send this list of homes? Receive your properties instantly by filling out this form. I have a few questions here, like when would you like to buy your investment? All I did is picked multiple choice questions, and I've added in here, as you can see, in 1 month, under 3 months, in 3 to 6 months, or over 6 months. This way I know who to prioritize and who to speak to first. Because believe me, you're going to be getting a lot of leads once you launch this ad. And the last thing you want is to be spending time with people looking in the yard. So this is going to be a good way to distinguish who to spend time with. Where they're looking is also another good one. Knowing the price point and the location of where they're looking will quickly tell you if this lead has realistic expectations or their header is in the clouds. And this way, again, the no need to prioritize it. And we're going to go ahead and so these are the 2 questions that we have: the full name, email, and phone number that we need. And then we're going to pick this privacy policy. Now, for the privacy policy, I'm going to show you right here. If you scroll down in your own website, you're going to see the privacy policy right away. You're going to go ahead and say like that, copy it. Here. Do that. And then we'll go into the review screen, nothing to do there. View the list of properties. So this is where they can click and view the properties instantly. So I've gone ahead and put in view the list of properties by clicking below. And then I've just put in, take the link below to how I'll send you personalizes some homes to update it daily. If you'd like this text, I can send it to you if you comment below, or you can obviously look at it in this video as well. Now, where is the list? Well, before I do that, the list of properties starting at 700K will be the button they're going to click on. And then for the list itself, we're going to just go ahead and use that list that we came up with earlier. This 19 results, we're going to copy that. And I'm just going to paste it right here. And that's it. Then we create this form, and bam, now we are all set. Now, before I launch this, I'm going to mention one very important point, which is when you launch your ad, let's just say towards the end of the day, it's going to take a few hours for it to process, and likely going to be live at midnight. Now, nobody is going to be scrolling the internet in midnight most of the time. So the best time to really launch your ads is usually only in the day around 4 or 5 a.m. And you can actually just set it to launch at that time instead of waking up at 4 a.m. trying to launch your ad. Right over here, you can select the time that you... As promised, I have another video on how you can leverage ChatGPT also to come up with your ad text, because I know I didn't talk about how to pretty much come up with ad text in your marketplace. So if you're interested in that video where I talk about how to leverage ChatGPT, comment ChatGPT below and I will send you that video. Now, how do you download your leads? If you go back to the campaign level, I have a couple of active campaigns right here that I have been running. And as you can see, once you click on the results section and the on Facebook leads part, you can actually simply download the leads right here in a CSV file, and all of the information will be there for you to contact. And that's it. This is how you can launch your ads profitably with images. If you're interested in better converting ads with video, again, comment below and I'll be sure to send you videos. Until next time, happy scaling.
If you'd like access to our next tutorial where I will share how to attract quality leads with video marketing, comment video below.